Hello, Dragon fam. I'm your boy, Debo Dragon, and welcome to my Raid Shadow Legends channel. As you can see, we've got the Kro'khad the Throatripper. The new fusion is already here when this recording is going down, and I just want to say, guys, so sorry for the delay. Had some technical issues that we had to deal with here on the channel, so I know I'm a little late to the party for the fusion and the schedule for the fusion and how we're going to be going about it, but that's what we're going to be doing in today's content, so sit back and enjoy the show. Hold up, dragons, don't forget to get your free starter champion Elenaril, as well as Fayne, Uugo, and Tagoar as you level up by clicking my link below. Here's what you need to do. Log out of Plarium and Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. And there you go, dragons. It's that easy. Click on my link right now to get an awesome head start in Raid. All right, but just look at his aesthetics. This guy looks sick. The Doggo has finally arrived in Raid Shadow Legends. We know we were promised it about a year ago with the Packmaster fusion, but it is finally here. The Doggo has arrived. So let's go ahead and look at him really quick first of all. But yeah, he is a magic affinity and legendary, of course, with the attack stats or attack base. He's an orc faction. And yeah, he just kind of gives me that vibes of Lord of the Rings mounts, or the wolves, or the hounds, or also if you guys played World of Warcraft, kind of like a arena victory mount, or what was it, victorious mount or vicious mount, something like that. But yeah, all right, let's look at his kit. So Hound Tyrant, so it's an AoE, but then it also switches to a single target damage to each target individually. So I think that makes him maybe do more damage, and then rather than being AoE damage, so yeah, it's going to increase his damage instead of being AoE damage. And then we'll also ignore all reflect damage buffs and effects, ally protection buffs and effects, and pain link debuffs. And then of course, if you put him with Packmaster Shak, I always say his name wrong, this actually becomes double damage when counterattacking. So very nice. He does a duo with the Packmaster, who was a fusion previously. And yeah, I personally did not go for him when he was a fusion, but they did promise us that sometime in August we will have a chance to get Packmaster from an event, probably maybe a deck of fate. Most likely is going to be a deck of fate as a guaranteed champion, but they haven't announced what it's going to be yet. But we can get Packmaster, so it's great to get the duo here down the road. It's a possibility. They did also mention there is going to be a soul stone or perfect soul chance for getting from our boy here as well. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of good things coming. But yeah, okay, A2 Festering Jaw. It's an AoE, place an extra hit on enemies under 2 or more debuffs, and then also has a 100% when you book into it of placing a leech debuff and a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. And these debuffs cannot be resisted if you have Packmaster on the same team. So you don't need accuracy on the Doggo here, which is awesome. And then on the A3, or was the cooldown on that was a 3-turn cooldown, so very nice. And then on the A3, Dominant Predator attacks one enemy, will ignore 50% of the target's defense, as well as Life Bearer and Poison Cloud buffs and effects that redirect attacks, damage, or debuffs to any target. Repeats his attack once Packmaster is on the same team on a 3-turn cooldown. And yeah, so this basically kit just screams Hydra. This Doggo is going to be amazing for Hydra. Tons and tons of damage. If you guys have already seen it, I've already seen it. The test servers, all those CCs that put out that content, this guy does some crazy damage in Hydra, especially with Packmaster, with that team together. So yeah. And then on the passive, Primal Ambition increases champion's attack by 5% when killing an enemy or decapitating a Hydra head. There it is. Stacks up to 25%. Increases this champion's attack by 10% when killing an enemy or decapitating a Hydra instead if Packmaster is on the same team, and stacks up to 50%. Then also instantly activates the Dominant Predator skill against a Hydra head when an ally is devoured by the head if Packmaster's on the same team, which is where is that? Dominant Predator, sorry, the A3, there we go. Okay, activates the A3, got it. With aura of ally attack in all battles by 30%, not bad, not horrible. But yeah, there is his kit. So this guy is basically a Hydra damage dealer focus. Could also be good for that early game arena, I think, as well, I would say. Hell, Hades is already giving it a 4-star for the dog here. But yeah, I'm definitely going for it. I don't have Packmaster as well, but I will be going for him as well whenever he comes in August. But I still need help, I think, on my Hydra team, so definitely going for the dog here. But yeah, all right. So we went through him, and as for his fusion, as I am Supreme Club member, I have my fusion calendar right here in game, so that's pretty nice to get a little hookup there. But here is his fusion calendar, guys. So he's a fragment fusion, so that's kind of an easier fusion, if you will, going on from July 28th to August 11th. Okay, let me move over here really quick just so you can see the fragment collections here. So fragments available totals out to 130, right? So we're gonna get 55 from tournaments, 55 from events, and then there's an extra 20 that you can get from champion training tournament if you come in first place, as well as champion chase tournament if you come in first place as well. So I don't know if I'm gonna be pushing that hard to get that extra fragments there. I mean, we have, without that, you still have 110 available. So technically you can skip out on 2 events, but yeah. All right, let's go through the calendar and how I'm gonna break this down for myself. So when this recording does go out, it should be Wednesday. Therefore, you guys should have already skipped. Hopefully you skipped Monday and then started jumping in hard until Tuesday or even Wednesday for the triple, right? You can triple stack here. You could triple stack, which is very, very nice with Dragon, with the dungeon divers. And then if you guys have the champions, you can also do some champion training as well. If you have the champions that can either solo or duo on that level 20 and normal for Dragon. So you can also farm some chickens as well, right? Level up those chickens and triple dip. That's very, very nice. That's kind of how I'm doing it myself. I'm also jumping in the tavern as well, leveling up through the tavern with my brews. But yeah, also just kind of farming through the dragon because we need the dragon for the dungeon divers, right? So yeah, that should take care of, you know, from Tuesday to Thursday. And then Wednesday, we also do have that first gear enhancement. So generally you want about 15 mil, I think is how much you need per gear enhancement event, somewhere around that. And you're going to be getting a bunch of silver by grinding out all the dungeons, right? Doing your dragon. If you can also do the event dungeons, you're probably going to be grinding that as well. Once you finish, you know, getting to wherever you're going to get, you know, for me, probably just towards the fragments, and then I'll be done. Then I'll jump over to the event dungeon to grind more if I need to finish the dungeon divers. But yeah, that's pretty much going to cover Wednesday. And then into Thursday, you'll have your next dungeon, which is the ice golem. And that one, you can grind that out level 20. That's probably what I'm going to do on normal just to get it done. And that'll also, if you haven't finished up your dungeon divers, you can use that towards that. Probably what my plan is going to be for that. Now, there is a little bit of a gap here, so you want to watch out. But before we get to that, there's a quick little nice easy way to get those 5 fragments with the classic arena takedown number 1 right here. So, you know, just grind out some classic arena. Nothing really to talk about that. Just get it done. Super simple, right? But here's a thing I want to talk about, guys. There's a gap here, right? There's a gap between Dungeon Diver 1 and Dungeon Diver 2. So you want to watch out for that because you're basically going to be wasting energy in a sense, right? You're going to be wasting that energy. So you want to try to finish the ice golem either here or maybe even wait till you get to down here to where spider hits. But before we jump into all that, in between there, starting Friday, we have the summon rush. Now for summon rush, you basically want to open up, at least I do, and it's the best bang for your buck, right? Is those sacred shards. You want to pull those sacred shards, depending how much they're going to give us for points wise for this, the fragments we need, but it's going to be broken down, right? We need 5 for 1 fragment point collection, and the other one's going to be 10. So there's going to be 2 different brackets that you need to hit points wise. So generally speaking, you're going to need maybe like 8 to 12 sacred shards to get this done. If you're going to go for the full thing and get the full 15 fragments here. But yeah, I mean, if you need to use everything other than that to get those whatever other shards you need to finish that up, I mean, do what you got to do to get it done, right? We got to get this fragment completed. But yeah, sacred shards are your best bet to do for summon rush. That's what I will be doing myself. And then yeah, Saturday starts Dungeon Divers event 2. But again, like I said, there is a little bit of a gap here before that one starts. So if you haven't finished it up, you do have ice golem to finish Saturday and Sunday if you need to at least get started on the Dungeon Diver event 2. And then you can finish it up with spider tournament, which starts on Monday, to finish that up there. So they'll double dip. Very, very nice there. And then starting Sunday, we have that champion training tournament. And for that, again, if you do it in spider, you know, you can put some food in there while getting spider done. You can get that triple dipping. That's a tongue twister, a little bit of a word there. Yeah, you get some triple dipping right there with the training through spider, right? Putting some food champions in spider, getting that done while finishing off Dungeon Divers event number 2. And then again on Sunday, you have gear enhancement event number 2 as well. So for me, if I need to, I mean, my silver's a bit low, to be honest with you. So I could try to skip maybe even both gear enhancements. At the same time, I don't really want to, because for me and my account, my biggest struggle is gear. I need so much more gear. I have tons of champions. I need gear. So I don't know if I'm going to skip it, but I mean, you can. If you're low on silver, you can skip both of these gear enhancements, number 2 and 3, and just finish everything else, and you'll be just fine for this fusion. But I don't know if I'm gonna go about that. I think I'm still just gonna do everything as I kind of do on every fusion. I kind of just do everything. I don't, it just happens that way. But yeah, okay, so yeah, finish off Spider, do that triple dip in there, get that all done. And then starting Wednesday, August 6th, we have another Dungeon Divers number 3. Yeah, this one kind of feels like a skippable too. I kind of want to skip that just because it's so much resources, right? Even though I have it, but still, you know, if it's skippable, I kind of try to do it. But you're gonna grind out that Fire Knight, but you don't want to start, or the Fire Knight, you won't be able to start that till Thursday. So you can also do some Spider here to start the Dungeon Divers 3, and then finish it off with Fire Knight, you know, normal 20. Kind of hard to do any farming there, but yeah, if you can, cool. But most of us need a full team. But yeah, Fire Knight, get that grinded out. You have Gear Enhancement 3 starting on Thursday. So if you have the silver, get it done. Super simple, nothing explanatory there. And then on Friday, we have a Champion Chase tournament, as well as another Classic Arena takedown number 2. So, you know, finish that easy PvP, get that done. There's nothing hard about that. But the Champion Chase, guys, I heard there's going to be a 2 times for Void Champion. So yeah, hopefully you have your Void shards ready to go. It's ready to save and ready to pull for this one, for that 2-time chance. Hopefully for me, I would love an Odin or a Senna or a Narcisse Plarium. Hook me up, please. Let's go. So yeah, we'll be doing that for sure, starting that Friday. And yeah, I mean, if I can get first place for the extra 10, that'd be awesome. But I don't think that's going to happen. But you never know with these things. You never know. But yeah, that is pretty much the calendar and kind of what I'm going to do about it and go about it. And I hope this gives you guys some structure. As you can see here, we're grinding through it. I'm almost done with Dragon. I should hit that 2250 probably by the end of the day today, or this recording. And then Dungeon Divers are doing pretty well already. Yeah, I'm literally almost there to that first fragment at 3700, so we'll get that done. But yeah, the grind is real. We are on it. We're doing the Dragon, and I am super excited for this guy. I would love to have the Doggo on my account, but there he is. There is the calendar. There's the structure of how it goes down. I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys enjoyed the content, you stayed till the end, type dog in the comments, all right? Let me know you stayed till the end of the video. I'd appreciate it. And again, like, subscribe, join the Dragon fam, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Enjoy your fusion. Let's freaking go, guys. Take care, guys. I'm Debo Dragon. Bye-bye.